So Christmas is right around the corner, and it can be a stressful, crazy time. And so this video, we are going to be talking about how to have the best possible holiday season using the Danish art of the Hygge. So even if you don't celebrate Christmas, we are still in the middle of winter if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Whatever. In Sweden, for instance, it's light for like 5 hours a day. And, you know, a lot of people feel really down this time of year. So how can we...
Including me.
Exactly. So how can we take this time of year and kind of flip that and change that view a little bit? Enter Hygge. Hygge is a word that I'm probably not pronouncing correctly, but when I came across it, I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's what we are trying to do, like in our life on
that's
a regular,
like our practice, yeah,
on a regular basis. So what is it? The kicker is that it doesn't translate. It's a Danish word, and as closely as it can translate into is like coziness, charming, something that's special. Kind of mash those together. And you get Hygge, but that I don't feel like that is quite it.
Yeah, because I want to add like sense of security. I want to add sense of comfort. I also want to add that it's not like special as in like a big celebration. It's like something you do on the daily to make just your time more enjoyable. So it's a lot of things that goes into this word, and I think in the Nordic countries up here, I think we're specifically good at it because we do deal with this darkness in a way that like we don't experience when we live our life in Southern California.
Right. Scandinavia is really famous for being one of the happiest regions in the world, even though their climate would assume the opposite. But I actually wrote my own definition of Hygge.
Oh.
So maybe I'm gonna read it.
Okay, that's exciting. I haven't heard this one.
And you can tell me if you agree or if it means something else to you.
All right.
Creating and being fully present, indulging and enjoying the simple things in life.
I do think that's good, yeah.
Would you add anything to that? I mean, you're right, it is so much.
It's so much that goes into that word, but I think that's encompassing it. I think so.
I'm pretty sure we've all experienced this. So instead of just trying to tell you the definition, like let's paint a picture. Imagine you're in front of a fireplace, reading a good book, and you got a big warm blanket on you, and nice fluffy socks, and maybe hot cocoa or your favorite tea, and maybe a little chocolate, and you just feel so good and so like warm and fuzzy and present and safe and all the good things. That's Hygge.
It's this importance to really create Hygge is to make it as cozy as possible. So if you play board games, like turn off the lights that are kind of like colder or not as cozy, light candles, don't just settle for like a shitty playlist that you don't really like but it's on, so whatever. No, like go put on your favorite playlist. It's like making it as cozy as it can get without, like, I just really need to stress this, without putting any additional pressure. Because that's when, like, Hygge flips into being, like...
Monster Hygge.
Monster Hygge, when you're like, oh my God, it's not cozy enough, and oh my God, it's not perfect, and it's not, like, no.
I don't have enough candles.
Yeah, or like, this is not, yeah, or you have your friends over and like, I didn't create that playlist, like, no, like, no stress. It's really important that it's like, it is what it is, and it is the time that you had, and if not, that's fine, that's not a big deal. But it's like putting that little extra intention and trying to be just a little extra present to really like indulge in the moment. Right. And coming back to Christmas and the holidays, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, seriously, like we're still, unless you're in Australia or somewhere, we're still in this dark, cold time of the year now. So like Lauren was saying, just try and flipping that into like, wow, that actually gives me extra many hours per day when it's dark, so I can have all the candles lit and maybe don't go out as much if you don't feel like going out as much. And just, creating more cozy time, honestly.
So that brings me to my next point is, What do you need for hygge? What do you need
That's a
to
good
have?
one. Right, so what do
Okay.
you need?
First thing in the hygge recipe is candles. You basically need them. We don't have any currently, but fire is... Okay, number 2. If you have access to a fireplace, that will definitely up the hygge game. Number 3. Turn off all the overhead, like glaring, super bright lights. Instead, use little, like, the floor lamps and candles. Number 4. Are we on 4?
We're on 4, and can I have some more glögg?
Of course.
We're drinking a lot of glögg these days.
Yep. 'Tis the season. Number 4. Okay, I would say like a big cozy sweater, like what you're wearing.
This is so
super.
hygge. Plus
And-
we're
and
sitting on
these.
like sheepskin. No, wait. Here it comes. I have foot pillows.
Okay, number 5. You need to find something that you can indulge into. So that might be candy. That might be like chocolate chip cookies that you baked.
It also might be like really good specific nuts or like fruit. It doesn't have to be like sugar bombs. I'm just saying.
It doesn't have to be. You treat yourself extra nice.
Okay.
Like if you're the grandma of yourself.
Oh, I love that. We all have our inner grandma that feeds us and gives us cookies.
I've lost track of the numbers. So next. You don't have to be inside to have a hygge time. You can go out and walk in the nature, walk in the snow if you have it, or even just take in the cool air. But in this walk, you're not walking for exercise. You are just walking to enjoy what's around you.
Get all cozy in like warm, soft clothes and walk slowly and just like breathe and just be. Just be out in nature and like move your body without any specific goal other than just being. But it really does make a difference if you have access or can be in nature. Because cities are so, I mean, we've been living in cities too so much, and it doesn't really compare to like walk on a bustling street as to like walk in, it can be a park in a city, it can be around a lake that you have close to your city, but like it doesn't make quite a difference. So if you are somewhere close to a green area, it's definitely to prefer.
So the next thing that you can do to have a hygge time is to have people over, have your friends over in a way that's no pressure. You're just being together. And also the part that makes it even more hygge is if the pressure is not just on the person hosting to cook. It's if everybody combines and everybody comes over and is
Good point.
chipping in.
Yeah.
That way it's not like, oh, I hope this is good for everybody, because everybody's everybody's
great
helping.
point.
Everybody's
Yeah.
being there together and doing the thing, and doing the thing presently is the goal.
Well put.
Thanks. I think that made sense.
I think it made a lot of sense, yeah. Because otherwise you go to dinner and if the host is cooking everything and that person is kind of stressed and then you're sitting down and it's like, boom, there it is, instead of enjoying all the time up to and during. So yeah, no, I think it makes great sense.
Thanks, babe.
I feel like I'm some kind of judge. I'm not even from Denmark, but I feel like it's kind of spanning over the Nordic.
Okay, well, what do you think about, I can't pronounce this word, so here we go. Musik.
Mysigt.
Is that...
Mysigt. That's
it's
hard.
I can't say
Is that hard for you guys? Mysigt.
Mysigt.
It's the Y actually. Is that weird?
Mysigt.
Mysigt.
I can't say it. Anyways, that's the Swedish word for like cozy, but is that kind of
Mys. Aww.
But it's not hygge.
No, it's not exactly hygge, but it's definitely something close. Mys is like you get real cozy and you make it a little extra. Yeah. Doesn't maybe encompass the whole thing that hygge has, but it's definitely a big part of it.
After I learned about hygge, I started doing research and of course found a book.
Of course.
Called The Little Book of Hygge by Meek Viking, which that's probably how you pronounce his name. But anyways, he says something really interesting in that book that I want to, I just want to bring it up because I think it's so important. He says, as adults, everything that we do has a reason or a purpose or a function. And when we're young, that's not how we live. We play out in the snow just because. We get out a board game and we want to play a game just because. And by acknowledging that and going maybe back a little bit and trying to recapture some of our childishness and not have everything have such a purpose or a goal behind it, we can really enjoy those activities a lot more because you're doing it just because you want to do it.
Well, first of all, it's a great point. I think it's very true. If I look at myself and like our life, that's totally true. But I also think it's very natural because when you're a kid, you don't have the same responsibilities to pay bills or to do laundry or cook and drive, kids left and right or study or whatever it might be,
Yeah.
So like it's very natural that it happens, but as it does, I think it's even more important that we take time to do things just because, do things that is just enjoyment for us without any specific function other than like, I want to do this because it makes me feel good. Like that's your whole reason. That's the whole goal. And it's a great reminder because, as I'm saying, with more responsibility, with a more packed schedule, you basically have to work harder on getting that Hygge quality time just for you.
So that's just one of the things that he talks about in this book. This isn't a sponsored video or anything. I just really like this book. I really like Hygge. And
like you're obsessed with.
And if you guys are interested in it, I will put a link in the description below. And you can check it out. It's like $9 or something for this book. It's worth it.
So with that, guys, we want to say thank you so much for watching. And we also want to add that we fully understand that this holiday season can be a very stressful time for many of you for different reasons. So that's why we want to say, try and create that little extra Hygge time for yourself. It's dark and it's cold and we need it.
Speaking of dark and cold, or mostly just dark, we are going to be going dark for a couple weeks. We are going to take a little YouTube vacation and really get in the mood of the holiday spirit. We will still be posting on Instagram. Lisa will still be sending out friend letters, so if you haven't signed up for that yet, definitely do so. It's in the description.
We will also send you guys some Christmas songs that I've written that Lauren and I are singing. So
nice. Only through the friend letter.
Only through the friend letter. So very exclusive material.
Better get on it. Anyways, we want to thank you guys. A big holiday thank you from the bottom of our hearts for watching our videos. It really means a lot to us that you tune in. Want to give you big virtual hugs and wish you happy holidays for whatever holidays you may or may not be celebrating. And just wishing you a very cozy time. A Hygge time, if you will. We love you guys. We will see you next year. Ooh, next year.
That's crazy.
So small. I mean, my fingers are so large. The cups are so small.
Tack så glädje älskling. Så.